Hey guys, welcome to another video for the Redmi K20 Pro, also known as Raphael and Raphael In. Now, it's been a while that we've been talking about Android 12 ROMs, but there are some teams which are still working on Android 11 ROMs. Now remember, Android 11 ROMs are at their stablest form right now, and Android 12 is new, so it is at the buggiest form. But the good thing about Android 12 is the way Google have made Android 12 is right now you can go ahead and use it. It's pretty stable as a daily driver, but that doesn't stop us from checking out the latest Android 11 based custom ROMs, that is Havoc OS version 4.10. I've installed it yesterday. There is a gaming review coming for this, and we have the benchmarks and the initial impressions or the quick review ready. But before we get into the details, it doesn't cost you anything, and if you like watching a lot of custom ROM videos every single day, please subscribe to us and hit the notification bell icon, because it really motivates us to see the channel grow. Now, if you have something like Telegram, you can go ahead and join our Telegram group, because we have more than 1,000 like-minded people with similar devices chatting with each other and sharing their experiences, so that'll be fun. And last but not the least, if you really want to support us, please click on the join button and support the channel. Now, without further ado, hello awesome people, welcome to PhoneOps. My name is Kailash. Let's get going. Alright, so what do we have here? Havoc OS version 4.0 official update, updated on the 27th of October 2021. Download, changelog and support group. Now, always make a NAND backup, be safe, based on MIUI vendor and perf kernel. So if you click on the changelog over here, you will see that the changelog is very significant. As you can see, we have shifted to an automated build system, and you can probably pause the video and see the changelog for yourself if you're looking for a specific change, that any specific issue that you had faced. So let's quickly go ahead and talk about the ROM over here before we actually go ahead and talk about other details like benchmarks and stuff like that. So the moment you boot into Havoc OS, you will notice that you have a very basic and clean pixel-esque look. The launcher is very smooth and very basic, and you have this gesture pill at the bottom with the Google search bar, and to the left, of course, you do have Google Discover, which is working for me absolutely fine. It's really smooth. There are no issues that I've found. So Google Feed doing a great job. From the top to bottom, you have your standard Android 11 quick tiles. Now, this is Havoc OS, which has a ton of customization options. So let me tell you one by one. You have this always on display, caffeine, CPU info, FPS info, heads up, kill app, language, power menu, reading mode, sleep mode, and then you have all these additional options as well. So let's go ahead and see maybe FPS info over here. So for some reason, this is probably a bug wherein the FPS info is not working for me. So Havoc OS team, if you're looking at this, please go ahead and fix that particular issue. Now, if you talk about the launcher over here, if you go to launcher settings, you do have your shady launcher which comes with Havoc OS. So the amount of customization that you have on this particular launcher is really huge. You have your grid customization, your icon set customization, then you have your gestures, and you have your about section. Now, apart from this, you do have your Android 11 style widgets, which are really smooth. You can go ahead and add and resize them, and then you have styles and wallpapers to customize the look of your device. As you can see, next, you can choose the accent color as well. I like squircle, yes. Let's go ahead and hit apply, and you will see that immediately it changes the complete UI. Although people these days have gotten used to the Monet UI, because that automatically changes colors and that automatically changes a lot of things. So that is something really neat, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and check this ROM out. So if you go to settings, and say if you go to about phone, you will see that this is of course Android 11, and this is Havoc OS version 4.10. The kernel is a perf kernel, as Selena status is enforcing. So let's see what all do we get in this particular ROM. You have your network and internet, usual set of things. Under connected devices, you have Bluetooth, that is working absolutely fine. And now configuration center. This is Havoc OS, and the configuration center is where all the magic happens for Havoc OS. So you do see that it already has a ton of customization, and I won't be covering each and everything. So one by one, let's quickly have a look what menus and sub menus comprise of. So if you have status bar, as you can see over here, you have brightness control, you have double tap to sleep, you can enable the network speed over here, and then you can enable the battery percentage, you can enable the battery bar, and you can enable the notification count as well. Now if you go to quick settings, you have all these options over here. You can tint the tile, you have your option of settings icon, brightness, running services icon and stuff like that. Now you do have your lock screen customization. You can disable accidental wake up, screen off FOD, you can go ahead and enable that, and you have the recognizing animation option as well, as you can see, working like a charm. Now there is one bug that I would like to specifically mention, which me and my elite tester Sanat both have experienced. Say you're sitting on the lock screen like this, you enable the lock screen, and then when you want to lock it again, the brightness will go to full before locking the display. So yeah, this is sort of a deal breaker sometimes, because if you're in a dark environment and all you're doing that is you're locking your phone and it goes all the way high, it could be really not so good for your eyes. So you do have the option of ambient display over here, as you can see. You can select to force brightness values and stuff, so those options are present as well. Then you have buttons and navigations, and you do have things like gestures, as you can see over here, quick torch, swipe to take a screenshot, so you can go ahead and enable that and it works absolutely fine, so no issues there. Now power menu, you can go ahead and enable the advanced power menu as well. And under notifications, you have edge lightning, you have the ticker, you have the kill app button, all these advanced features. You have the battery saving option, where you have aggressive battery and block sensors as well. And then under screen, you have framework values, media, adaptive playback and stuff like that. And you do have a dedicated gaming mode over here, which gives you a ton of control over your gaming experience. So that is something really neat. So all in all, basically the configuration center gives you a ton of customization options as far as Havoc OS is concerned, right? Now moving on, you have your options of apps and notifications. Just like Android 11, you have your thermal profiles over here, as you can see, and you can go ahead and enable the 180 Hz touch sampling rate. That should give you a better gaming experience coupled with the gaming mode. And if you talk about the battery performance over here, the battery backup is pretty decent, the charging speeds are absolutely fine, so you will definitely not have any issues with the battery backup or the charging speeds. Under the sound menu, you have your clear speaker option, and you also have the direct sound enhancer with enable hi-fi option available as well. You do have your dedicated Android 11 style privacy mode over here, so you can get granular control over your privacy settings, which is really neat. And then you have system and about K20 Pro, or about this particular device. So even in settings, Havoc OS does have a ton of customization and all the Android 11 goodies are present. Now let's quickly go ahead and talk about few important things that should matter to you. For example, if you talk about the Play Store certification, the device over here is certified. If you talk about safety net, it passes right out of the box, so you will not have any issues with your banking applications. If you talk about DRM info, your Widevine L1 is certified, so Amazon Prime Video or Netflix should not have any issues. If it is working fine for you in MIUI, it will work fine on this particular ROM as well. Now apart from that extremely high brightness bug, I've not really had any major problems with this ROM. So you can install ANX camera or Gcam. Now because this is MIUI vendor, ANX camera should work without root as well. You can go ahead and give it a try. And in my opinion, this is definitely a daily driver apart from that one bug, and I'm pretty sure they will fix it soon. Let's quickly go ahead and have a look at the benchmark numbers over here. Now, as you can see, the average score was 184,386 GIPS, right? And the CPU throttled to 94% of its max performance, so pretty solid performance there. And if we actually go to Geekbench and talk about the Geekbench number real quick, as you can see, the score is 708 and 2472, so slightly low there. And even in AnTuTu benchmark over here, 470,313. So I'm not saying this is the best ROM as far as performance is concerned. This is superb, this is super amazing, but this is a very well-rounded, balanced ROM. Once again, apart from that particular bug which I mentioned, wherein the brightness goes extremely high for a second before locking the screen, this is definitely a daily driver. It will give you decent battery backup, it will give you good performance, you can install ANX camera, and it has a ton of customization as well. Safety net is passing, Widevine L1 is there, so this definitely can be used as a personal device with this particular ROM. Let me know in the comment section what are your thoughts on Havoc OS 4.10. Until the next one, this is Kailash signing off at PhoneOps. Keep smiling. Take care. Goodbye.